Hello everybody, this is Julie's Tea. I'm doing a video today to show people who've never used or dealt with external cable, such as external telephone cable, such as this one, or external Cat5 cable, such as this one. Now, the point of the video is that trying to work with these cables can be a little bit difficult if you're trying to use an ordinary cutters like this to cut into them and to strip them. If you're used to using ordinary telephone cable internal, then using these kind of cutters is very easy to cut them and to strip them. But these particular cables, especially this one, is much more difficult because this particular cable is called armoured cable, and it's called armoured cable for a reason, because it can be used externally. This can be put under the ground, on the soil. It's it's really quite tough cable. It's not easy to cut into. It could stand up to quite a bit of punishment from dogs and probably rats. I mean, they would cut through it, but it would take them a little bit of time. It's sort of got a plastic. It is a plastic, hardish coating on it. This is external Cat5 cable. It's got a similar, but it's not quite as dense as this one. But this is still external cable, and it's what I use when I run cable externally to a building. So these are the kind of cables you should be using when running external cable, and not running external cable using internal cable. So what I'm going to do is to show you how to strip them using these particular tools here. So I've got a pair of cutters, I've got a wire stripper, a type of wire stripper, and I've got another wire stripper, a yellow one. Now these I have in my bag at all times, so and I use it primarily for these particularly tough cables. Okay, I can show you this armour cable is quite tough. There you go. Yeah, it's really tough cable. Alright, so I want to just show you how to be able to strip these cables fairly quickly and much more easier than just using cutters. So I'll show you with this one, and as you can see, there's a loop here so that you can twist, go around the cable like that, and there is a number of blades here to cut the cable. So take that. It's not particularly, as I say, this particular cable is not easy to cut through. You do need to use cutters, but there are, it will cut through. Let's try the Cat5, this Cat5 cable. Yeah, just about cuts through it. Okay. So this is the way. So and then you've got two sort of, this is the lever, and you've got two little holes here and here. So we have a go at stripping the Cat 5 cable. Where should we put it in? Let's put it into this hole here. Now, as you can see, it will, the blade will rest on the cable, and then what you do, you will hold the cable as you here, and then use this to hold with your finger and start to twist the cable around. Now, it will give a certain resistance, but then it will become a little bit more easier. And as you can see, it's become a bit more easier. Do that a couple of times and then go around back the other way. Just okay. See what happens. So as you can see, it's gone through the cable. You can take the sheathing off, but the problem is it's gone quite deep into the other cables. So that's obviously too deep. So you can, let's try it with the other gauge. Just cut the cable with the bigger one here. Obviously keeping a certain length here. So let's do it about here with the bigger one. Go around. Let's see if that works. Not quite on that. Doesn't work with this one. Okay. Alright, let's try with this yellow one. So if we push that into the... Now, obviously, sorry, let me just explain that this doesn't look much, but it's actually a very good bit of kit. If you're in a telecoms game, then you need one of these in your box, because it does several things. It obviously cuts through the cable, but it also can, it's got at the metal bit here, embedded into the plastic, so that it can be used as an inserter for the IDC sockets that BT uses. For your, if you've got a telephone socket, your main NTE OpenReach box will have ID terminals inside, and in order to connect to the extension part of the socket, you need this type of inserter. There are professional ones, which are proper BT ones, which are the grey inserters. Those are quite expensive, but they push down and then cut the cable at the same time. This doesn't, it just pushes down, and then you'll have to, once you push it down, then you'd have to sort of cut the end off, a little bit of the end off like this, to make it a little bit more professional looking. But this is a really nice tool to have if you lose your your main inserter cable. And as you can see, it's got a few grooves here. Depending on the size of the cable, then you'll push that cable. So we're going to push this cable. Let's start off in this groove here, and it's the same similar principle to this one. It's got the hole here, and we're gonna go round a couple of times, and then back again, over, unclip it. As you can see, it's gone in, it's scored it. And sometimes you might have to sort of use the cutters to prise it a little bit. And then just check that the cable's not damaged. if I do that again and push, what I'll do is I'll push it onto this second one here to see if it will go through, you know, cut through better on the blade. So let's just, now this feels a little bit more tighter. I've gone around once. Now I use just to clip it, press the clip, take it off, and as you can see, it scored it all the way through, which is better. And then you can then take the shielding off. Always check to make sure that it hasn't gone through to the other cables, otherwise you'll have massive problems. I think it has, to be honest with you. So what I tend to do, because it's easy with these the Cat 5 because it's small software, I'll just cut through that a little bit and then use the white drawer it's inside. They're not always strong. That's probably because of this has cut in to the into the actual cotton. Yes, I can see it's just scored this wiring. So this is not good. You need to basically make sure that you have another go to get a bit of cotton. So I'll just give it a quick nick. Try. No, it's not gonna. I haven't got enough. Oh, there we go. Pull it down to there. Now, if you do that, then you'll get past all the, just in case this tool has gone through some of the wires. So you just pull it back to here. Okay, then use this cutters to cut the sheathing off. There you go. Okay, and then I usually cut like that, and that way you can then just cut away the string, and that way you can then make sure that, you know, there isn't any damaged cables along here, and then you can then terminate your wiring how you want to terminate them to your socket, to your Cat 5 socket. Okay, so that's for the Cat 5. Now for the armoured cable, this one here, the much more tougher one, I'm going to use this tool first to show. Let's give a little bit of distance, say about here, and I'm going to pop it into, let's say that one. So that will be popped into the first groove gauge. Okay, and then we're going to go around. I can feel that biting. That popped out. Fantastic. I think that scored it. So look. Yeah. There you go. It scored it to once. And then you can just pull it. You can get to the rope, a little bit of rope here, and then if it looks okay, it hasn't scored into anything else, into the, I'll try and get this off because, yeah, it would come off.